12 niche fragrance houses for a year, 1 fragrance per house. I think that video sounds self-explanatory enough. Let's go. First one up, we have Rouge. This one's going to be Interlude Black Iris, the brand new 2020 flanker. Yes, not a standalone fragrance, but in fact a flanker, which I know is just going to enrage some people. That's the way fragrances are going, and it's crazy to see these niche brands like Rouge jumping on flankers when that's something that you would have never expected from Rouge or any other niche house for that matter. Parfums de Marly has been doing it. Creed has been doing it. Parfums de Marly has done it. The list goes on, and it's not stopping anytime soon. I can guarantee that. So it's time to buckle up and get used to it. I do think, though, with these niche brands, they do a pretty good job at creating flankers. This Black Iris is amazing. I love that it's interlude, but a bit more smooth and softened up. It's a bit more wearable, a bit more digestible for those of you who maybe haven't fully dove into niche fragrances yet. This is a great one, and it's become one of my favorites from the house of Rouge, which is already a fantastic niche house. Second up, we have the house of Nosomoto. I have a lot of respect for the perfumer and for this niche brand. This one's going to be Black Afghano. I'll tell you what, of the 3 Nosomoto fragrances I have, this is pretty close to probably about my favorite, although to be honest with you, I love each of them. I have Black Afghano, I have Baranda, and I have Pardon. This is beautiful. They're all amazing, all in their own way. They each bring something different to the table. But for me, just the heavy resinous, like sexy smokiness of this fragrance with that incense oud, that nice herbal cannabis note is unbeatable. I love this stuff. It's super strong, super potent, great quality. And for me, it's a must-have niche fragrance. And if I had to choose one, this is probably going to be it. Speaking of Parfums de Marly, a minute ago, we do have one from them, and this was tough as well. I own a few of them at this point, all of which I really do enjoy, each for different situations or whatever, but at the end of the day, Hobdon will be my choice if I had to choose one. There's something about this one that's kind of nostalgic, you know? When I smell it, it just brings me back. You know, I haven't had the fragrance for that long. I sampled it maybe a year and a half ago, but I'm talking about bringing back memories when I was a kid, you know, in fall and stuff like that. That's what this fragrance conjures up. So it's almost one of those fragrances that just kind of resonates well with me. And again, if I had to choose one from the brand, this is going to be it. It's a great apple, caramel, myrrh, resinous scent. It's beautiful. Up next, we have a fragrance from the house of Rouge Parfums. This was another hard one because I have a number of them from the house of Rouge Parfums, and I love them all. It's another brand where I just have a lot of respect for the perfumer. I have a lot of respect for the brand itself, and all of their fragrances are loves for me in each different way. They all bring something different to the table, which is very valuable when you're talking about spending this type of money on a fragrance. You want that, and that's what you get with Rouge fragrances. Ultimately, at least with what I've been enjoying a lot right now, my number one choice for the year would be Danger. This just kind of blew my mind. It takes me and just makes me feel amazing. I love how like assertive and masculine this one is. It's definitely not going to be for everyone. It is a strong fragrance, not only in terms of its performance, but also in terms of its scent profile, how it smells. It is a demanding fragrance that's going to get you noticed when you wear it in public. This is not something that if you're shy and don't want people to notice your fragrance, this isn't going to be for you. This one's going to be loud, and it's going to command attention and respect. I know you guys know that these aren't cheap, but you can actually get them over on Twisted Lily, along with a lot of these other fragrances that I'm mentioning today. So I do want to make you aware that I have a discount code for Twisted Lily that is Chaos10. That will get you 10% off everything over there, all of your orders, no matter what is in your cart, you will get 10% off. And if you're spending, you know, a Rouge fragrance, a Nosomoto, whatever, the more you purchase, obviously, the more that code is going to save you money. So, you know, make sure you take advantage of that if you want to pick some of these up and get them at a discount, because the honest truth is you really can't get these Rouges at a discount. A lot of times on discount websites, they're out of stock quickly. So if you want to save 10% off, save yourself upwards of 20, 30 bucks depending on how much you're spending, go over there and use that code Chaos10, get 10% off. You can get this Parfum. You could also get the Parfum Cologne. Both are fantastic, and this is a beautiful scent. Following that, we have a fragrance from Killian Paris. This one is Apple Brandy. So this was actually one of the first Killian fragrances I ever smelled. Just look at that bottle. Beautiful. I love these bottles. I love the gold plaque and the gold cap. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful presentation. Even more beautiful scent. Like I was saying, one of the first Killian fragrances I ever smelled, from a sample, of course, and I was taken away. I was blown away instantaneously. I'm like, that is beautiful. Like, this does not smell like a fragrance. Like, how could this be a fragrance? Like something you spray on your skin, because it's so realistic smelling. Like, I don't need to describe it. The name will describe it for you. Apple brandy, that's what you get. And the crazy part about this is there's no apple note in here. If you look at the note breakdown, both on the official website and also on Fragrantica, no apple. It's just the mixture of the accords used in this fragrance that give you that apple type of smell. It's insane. It's a really cool story to hear about, and it's just mind-blowing on how these perfumers are able to create something that smells like this. One of my personal favorites, if you couldn't tell. And if I had to choose one from the house, this is going to be it. Following that, we have a fragrance from the house of Francis Kurkdjian. This is another one of my favorite niche fragrances. Very expensive, but also 100% worth it if you like it. You have to like this fragrance, obviously, to make it worthwhile. This one's Baccarat Rouge 540. Another one that you can't really get on discounters, but if you do want to pick it up and save yourself some money, Twisted Lily does carry the EDP and the Extrait. If you use my code CHAOS10, save yourself 10% off. That's going to add up really nicely, so you can secure yourself a bottle of this. Like I said, this is something that everyone should at least try once. It's just beautiful. I love the saffron ambergris mixed in the scent, that nice fur. It just has this luxurious, chic, high-end smell to it is the best way to describe it. If you want something that's ultra high quality, ultra high-end, beast mode performing, I'm talking 10, 12 plus hours on my skin every single time with monstrous projection from 2 sprays, all that stuff, this is a great place to invest. Baccarat Rouge 540, if I had to choose one from the house, this is going to be it. Of course, I have to throw one in from this brand, the ever so controversial and popular and most hated on niche brand ever. I'm sure you're probably knowing where this is going to be going here. They created one of the most cloned fragrances of all time. That should probably give it away. It's the House of Creed, and I'm going with Aventis. At the end of the day, if I had to choose one for a year, this is going to be it. It was between this and Viking. It was really my two choices. Maybe I could have thrown Erolfa in there as a third choice to think about, and maybe even Green Irish Tweed as a fourth. I mean, they have a lot of very wearable scents, and I've described it before that basically Aventis is stashed away for me for special events. It's not something I wear every day or, you know, multiple times a week anymore like I used to. I used to wear this fragrance all the time. I have so many bottles that I can, you know, justify to do so. At this point, I just keep it special occasions. Wore it over the summer a couple times for some special events, and that's really the extent of it. And that's kind of where I like to keep it. So if I had to choose one from the house, which I don't wear from that often, it'll be Aventis, just so I can keep it stashed away if we have something come up and I want to, you know, wear this to kind of create great memories with. This would be Aventis. Up next, we have a fragrance from the house of Initio Parfums Privés, I believe is their full brand name. Yeah, Initio Parfums Privés. This one is Absolute Aphrodisiac. This is also one that I discovered from a sample, and I can tell you, beautiful, beautiful vanilla scent. It's vanilla with an animalic touch. It's amazing. I love it. One of my personal favorite vanilla fragrances. And again, if I had to choose one from the house, this one will be it, no questions asked. Up next, we have one from Carner Barcelona, another one of my favorite vanilla fragrances. This is Elborn. Again, a nice boozy vanilla with honey and Peru balsam. Oh, just a beautiful, beautiful scent. Performance-wise, it's good in longevity, not the best in projection, so be aware of that if you do decide to pick this one up. But it is one, again, that everyone should at least try, especially if you like sweet scents, you like vanilla. It's another one that Twisted Lily carries along with Initio and, you know, a lot of the other fragrances that we talked about, so don't forget about that. This is a beautiful scent, one of my favorites. Up next, we have a fragrance from the house of Wilhelm Parfumeries. This one is Morning Chess. This is kind of an Aventis smelling fragrance, but with a lot more depth to it. More depth, a bit of more of a green aspect, and just kind of a bit more syrupy sweet is kind of how I would describe it. It's a really good performing one and very versatile as well. Up next, we're going to be giving Bond number 9 some love. If I had to choose one from the house, This one would be Bleecker Street. I love the bottle. Super cool, super colorful and loud, and just looks like spring because this fragrance smells like spring. I love it. It smells seriously really good. I can't complain about that. It's a great smelling scent, especially for spring, early summertime, before it gets too hot. But it does remind me of the, colors coming back to life outdoors, hence the bottle, and just, kind of life. It's like life is coming back after everything's been cold and dead in the wintertime. That's what this reminds me of. Great scent, and if I had to choose one from the house, this would be it. Last up, we have the final niche brand, and this one's a bit of a different one, kind of a curveball, maybe one you weren't expecting, but one I wanted to throw in here because I thought it would be kind of cool. This one is from the house of Eccentric Molecules. I do believe that is the name. Am I correct? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Eccentric Molecules is the official house name, and this one happens to be Molecule 2. So for those who are unaware, they will basically take a certain fragrance note and create a fragrance just with that being the forefront. So Molecule 1 is an ISO-E Super based fragrance, an aroma chemical. That's what really put this brand on the map. It got hyped up quite a bit. Molecule 2 is based off of ambroxan, which is a very popular note used in a ton of fragrances. Even if it's not at the forefront, even if it's not even listed, chances are a lot of fragrances being released today have ambroxan or quote-unquote ambergris in them somewhere. Whether it's real ambergris in a lot of these, it's probably not. Smells great. These fragrances are known for kind of coming and going in whiffs. You can't always smell it, so it's one thing you have to be careful with. But if I had to choose one from the house, it would probably be Molecule 2. It's a great wearable one, good performance, and great compliments. So guys, that was going to do it for me. That was 12 niche fragrance houses for a year. One fragrance per house. It's pretty tough to narrow it down, but it was fun, and you guys do seem to like these videos. So let me know what you think of down below. And if you like videos like this, make sure you get subscribed as well. All these fragrances will be linked down there. If you want to check any of these out, pick any of these up, you know what to do. Hit those links. Use my coupon code CHAOS10 over on Twisted Lily to get you 10% off. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.